Let's look at how Fujifilm cameras do focus stacking. I have the X-T4 here, but it's quite similar for the X Pro 3 or the X100V. If you have an X-T3, then it will be missing the automatic mode. Before we do this, let's take a shot at f/22. You can see where I've got the focus, and we'll compare that shot later. Let's switch now to focus bracketing. The first thing you have to do is to switch to BKT, bracket, on the drive dial on the top left hand side of the camera, and then go into the menu. This is a drive setting, so you will find it under drive settings in the menu. Select bracket, select, and then focus bracket out of the options, and then scroll down to focus bracket. In here there's a manual and an auto setting. Let's do the manual setting first. Like other focus bracketing, there's frames, step and interval. Now, I've shot quite a bit with this Fujifilm camera, and I know that its granularity is a lot finer than, say, the OM1. So I'm going to have to select something like 35 frames to span this letter-sized or A4-sized page. Because I'm going to use f-stop of 4, make the step fairly high as well, otherwise it won't span. So we'll go back in. You can see on the left side next to the exposure compensation scale that there is focus icon. To indicate focus bracketing, I've got the camera set at ISO 800 and f4. Focused at the beginning of the bracket. Let's fire that sequence off. There are our 35 frames. Now let's do the automatic bracket. So we need to go into the drive setting menu again. I have put drive setting in my menu and select bracketing setting. Now obviously this is already on focus because we just did that. And then the focus bracket, then auto. Auto only has an interval, which is to allow for the flash again. So we don't have to worry about that. We'll leave that on 0 seconds. And press OK. At this point you need to set the A point, which is the beginning, and then press OK. And then set the B point, which will be the end. You can see the B point marker moving. So I've taken it right off the top. That's my B point, and I press back. Now I think this is a bug because it should drop you straight into the shooting menu, but it's dropped you back into the selection menu. So just tap the shutter button. If you have manual focus set, then you can see a very, very small yellow bar right down there between, say, 0.2 and 0.05 of a meter. That indicates the whole range of the focus capture. If you don't have manual focus set, say you're using AFS, you won't see that yellow bar. Press the shutter to start. Now you'll see that this automatic capture wants 75 frames to do the same job that I did with 35, and it's obviously set the number of frames and the step itself. There's our 75 frames. Job done. As you can see, the process for each camera is quite similar, though where you find the settings and exactly how they work varies somewhat. I hope you enjoyed this. Cheers.